Bob, welcome to the program. I know you're joining us from Detroit this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks a lot, Suzanne.
Bob, as you know, GM and Chrysler, as we've learned, are preparing IPOs relatively soon. Do you think the industry is strong enough for these IPOs? We're coming off in August when auto sales were pretty lackluster.
Well, I think the industry is. I think GM is in great shape to do an IPO. They got a lot of really good product out there. I think it'll actually help them sell more product when they've done the IPO. I think the American public will see that they're a strong and healthy company and they're a privately owned company, and I think all that'll be positive for GM.
Okay, you and your members, as these companies such as GM get fiscally stronger, how is that going to impact your contract negotiations next year? Are you going to be asking for a return of 100%, say, of the concessions you gave up during the downturn?
We are totally focused on keeping these companies strong for the long run. Our members make the best products. We're so proud of the quality at Ford and at General Motors, and it's really moving up quickly at Chrysler. We're working together on the world-class manufacturing system in Chrysler. We're going to make the best products at the best price for the consumers, and we know that's the best long-term security for our membership.
Okay, Bob, I'm glad you mentioned Ford, because out of the three, Ford, of course, is the fiscally strongest company. When you go to the negotiating table, there's some concern on Wall Street that you may be tougher with Ford versus Chrysler and GM. Can you give us a sense of whether or not that's the case?
It's not a question of being tougher in my mind. It's a question of continuing on with this really great creative problem solving we've had between the unions and these companies, and how do we keep them strong and make them stronger, and how do we work together to get the best product? And then we want a fair way to share in the upside of these companies. We shared in the downside. We took huge sacrifices to make these companies successful. We're very proud of that, and we're very proud of making the best product for the consumers today, and that's what we want to focus on. We're going to focus on making these companies stronger.
Okay. How are we going to do that? You've also said the Obama administration perhaps could come out with more stimulus measures. Can you give us an idea of what you think would help the auto industry?
Well, first of all, we're very thankful to President Obama and the administration, the Democratic leadership, for saving GM and Chrysler, and really that saved Ford too. People have to have jobs. If people don't have jobs, they're not going to buy durable goods, whether it's washing machines, refrigerators, or automobiles. And we think that to be competitive in the 21st century, we need stimulus, we need investment, really not stimulus. We need investment, smart investment in the infrastructure for the future. The power grid's got to be rebuilt. We could have a hydrogen distribution system or electric distribution system for the cars of the future. We need to rebuild the highways and the bridges and the sewer systems and the water systems. If we want a 21st century competitive United States of America, we have to invest in our own country. We have to invest in education. How are our kids going to compete if we've got 25 and 30 and 35 kids in a classroom? It's unfair to teachers. They're miracle workers, teachers are.
Right.
We need to invest in the future of our country. Budgets are moral documents, and I would say that the way we've been investing our budgets is not the smartest, not the most moral way to do it. We've got to really look at, to be competitive in the 21st century, where do we need to put the money in our budgets?
Right. GM CEO Dan Akerson has also said his relationship, or GM's relationship with the UAW, is now a partnership. How is that partnership going to work? He doesn't have a lot of experience in the auto industry, in fact, very little to none. Have you talked to him, or are you in early discussions with him as you head into the contract negotiations next year?
Yes, we've had discussions with Dan. We have ongoing discussions with top leadership in General Motors. There is a very focused, problem-solving relationship between the parties. We know that we have to work together to succeed together. We know that the long-term viability of General Motors and security of our membership is tied hand in hand. We're so focused on the best vehicles at the best price for the consumers. That's what our focus is on.